Hey guys, welcome back to DIY Retriever Training. I just want to take a second to talk about gun breaking today, as well as clear up a little misconception about the genetics or the breeding of a dog. It is an absolute misconception that dogs are born gun shy. So I'm here to defend all those breeders out there who have clients who want their dog back or want to complain that their dog has become gun shy. Again, I'm going to reiterate, no dogs are born gun shy. Gun shyness is man-made through irresponsible training and a lack of education to your dog. Gun breaking is simply creating an opportunity of learning for your dog to understand the relationship, the positive relationship between hearing the gun go off and getting to retrieve, getting a bird, getting to do what it's genetically meant to do for hundreds of years of breeding. Another misconception is that a gun broke dog is a dog that is just okay with loud noises. And that's not what we're looking for. What we want in a gun broke dog is one that truly understands what a gun means. This happens through a process of training, just creating simply a controlled environment with an opportunity for the dog to learn. Obviously, we got Cannon in from Big Cottonwood Retrievers, and he's a very bold little puppy, so we're putting him through these processes at a pretty early age. But the norm is that around 4 to 5 months of age, they're mature enough to be able to have good enough eyesight to be able to see a bird at a distance and be athletic enough to chase down a bird, and just overall mature enough to be able to deal with the teaching of gun breaking. There's a lot of traditional things that over the years people do, like banging pans around their puppy when they're young, taking them to the gun range and sitting them in the back of the truck and letting them listen to gunfire all day long. Traditionally just going out and throwing marks and shooting a blank gun into distance. All these things have worked for some dogs, but they don't work for all dogs. This process works for all dogs that like birds. Obviously that's a prerequisite, but again, if it doesn't like birds, it's not meant to be a hunting dog anyways. First thing we're going to do is pull the flight feathers out of a bird again. We're going to go out to the field, we're going to throw that bird in the field, and we're going to let that puppy chase it, do whatever he wants to do with it. Very first gun we're going to shoot is a 22 blank right when that puppy's about to catch that bird.
Good boy.
Okay.
Come on, buddy.
Next step back is going to be we're going to fire the gun when he's about halfway to the bird in pursuit.
Action. You can move your feet too.
And then we might graduate up to firing the gun when the bird's still in the air, when it hasn't quite hit the ground yet and the puppy's chasing it.
Up, 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 up.
Through this process, we have to always remember that dog training a lot of times is 1 step forward and 3 steps back. We have to pay attention to our dog and create a comfortable, happy environment. If the dog shows any reaction negative whatsoever to the gunfire, if he slows down, if he looks back, if he stops, if he doesn't make the retrieve, then we're going to back up to the step where he was successful. If he's successful again, then we'll move forward. Play that game consistently, always being sensitive and paying attention to the dog's reactions. If the dog shows no reaction whatsoever in the first process, then graduate up to maybe a 410 shotgun. And then you're going to play that game exactly the way you did with the 22 caliber blank. Starting off at a distance with the gunfire, just right when the dog's about to catch the bird.
Good boy. Good puppy. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on. Good boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Then firing at that distance when the dog is in pursuit to the bird.
All right, here we go.
Then firing at that distance again when the bird is still in the air. Again, if the dog shows no reaction, move forward. If he shows any reaction whatsoever, you might not think it's negative, but he pauses or he slows down or he stutter steps or he doesn't make the retrieve. Back up. 1 step forward, 3 steps back if you have to, consistently until your dog learns what's going on. Dogs are creatures of their environment, they're creatures of habit, and they're very quick to make positive and negative relationships. All we're doing in the gun breaking process is allowing him an opportunity to make a positive relationship to gunfire and truly develop an understanding that when the gun goes off, he gets to retrieve. So if the dog has showed no reaction to the 410 shotgun, that's when you might graduate up to the 20 gauge or the 12 gauge, and you're going to play that exact same game the way that you did with the 410 and the way that you did with the 22. Also, in my opinion, just because you've played this game of gun breaking and your dog seems confident with it, he may not necessarily be completely gun broke yet. Think outside the box, train like you're going to hunt, make sure that you're ready for hunting season. You'll see we've got this little bit older dog that's been through some gun breaking, but we want to make darn sure that he's going to be ready for hunting season because it's different. When you might have a dog that's okay with loud noises or one that's been through this gun breaking process, but if he hasn't gone hunting, then he hasn't experienced 4 guys excited jumping up out of a duck blind and shooting 4 or 5 12 gauges over his head. Those are the moments that some dogs that just not afforded the right opportunity to learn become gun shy. So you'll see we've got this young dog that Blake's working right now, and we're going to get him out and we're just going to kind of simulate a hunt. He's been through the gun breaking process. He loves water, loves to retrieve, and we've got Riker out helping us shoot the gun. We're just going to start off at a distance. We're going to get to the edge of a pond, put some decoys in the water, throw some marks, and just try to simulate a hunt and gradually make that gun closer and closer and closer until we're finally shooting over his head, and then he's going to be ready for hunting season, and we'll have a dog that truly is gun broke and understands. Again, guys, I'll always be encouraging you to think outside the box and have fun with your retriever training. Always looking to develop momentum and a positive attitude in your retriever.
Dog, here. Here.